Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. Good.
Yes, we
Excellent.
are on live.
We are on live. Yes, I can see here the sign. So before we start, I would like to introduce a little bit this experience we are having with the Commission of Status of Women virtual booths. So far, it's been very interesting. For myself, especially, I guess, for Sarah as well, it's been a way for getting to know all our sisters in Rimoa from also from another perspective. It's not around programs and grants and very interesting insights and very interesting development in our relationship. It goes beyond the projects. No, today we will present the work that the sister in Angola do in with women empowerment. With this project, which is a vocational training center and also an adult literacy center based in Luanda, the capital of Angola. As we start, I would like to introduce the main panelist, which is Sister Rita. Many of you know Sister Rita, but for all the external audience, I will just give more details on her, and then we can start the sharing the screen and the PowerPoint. So Sister Rita is currently the director of the Mission Development Office in Angola. I guess since 2018. She started in 2018. 18, yes. And she's in charge of the overall coordination of the programs in Angola and the implementation of the strategic plan. The sister in Angola, they have done a strategic plan in the first one in 2014. Now is they are in their second cycle of strategic planning. So they are now, and this project was actually aimed under the first strategic plan. And it was a dream, a big dream, to have a training center near to the sister compound in Talatona, which is in the capital city of Luanda, which became a reality thanks to many supporters, many benefactors, including many from Asia Pacific, I would say. Singapore, Malaysia contributed, and as well as many donors from as the Italia Bishop Conference, Miss Ankara, and Rascob Foundation, and many others contributed to make this dream a reality. So Sister Rita, she's now in the also, at the moment she's taking this role. Before that, as you know, she was in the council CLT of the congregation as well for a few years. So she got an exposure to many units and provinces all over the world. She also studied a master program in Ireland recently on international development, mostly focusing on rural, and she did a special thesis on rural empowerment or rural women, female-headed households. So say that, I would like to also say that here maybe we will have soon our other colleague from Angola, Mr. Bernardino Culombola, who's the program manager of the Mission Development Office, which is, I want to remind everybody that today is not fully a lucky day for this presentation, because in Angola it's raining since this morning heavily with floods, and many of our testimonials are not able to reach in us in the live today. But we will do our best, because of course we recorded some testimonial we can present to everyone. So Rita, I'll hand it over to you for the starting introducing us to this beautiful program and what we do with women empowerment in Angola.
Hi everyone. Good morning. Can you hear me? Yes? Okay. So maybe I don't need to make a microphone. So thank you, Andrea, for introducing me to this presentation. I really am happy to be here to share with you all the activities that are happening in our province in Angola. And especially, I see people here from Asia, and it really is good for me to share with you about the training center of Susana Maria Chia, who is so dear to our heart and to our program. So now I will start sharing the screen. Sarah? Can you allow me to share the screen, please?
I think you can do it because you are host.
Okay.
Please try.
So now I am sharing this PowerPoint where we have this training center. We started in a very challenging environment that is a contrast environment in one side, because the city where we are is the most rich area of Luanda, but also in the other side there is a compound which is the opposite of the rich side of the people. So there is a high level class medium with the top houses and swimming pools, and the other side we see people starving and the houses living in Islam houses. And these people, they are the one who came refugees from the provinces during the war time, and they are living in this area, and their life is very difficult, and most of them, women and girls, they did not have access to education. So this center came at this place like a good response to their needs. As soon as the sisters joined in that place, they started saying, sister, we want the school. We want the school for our children. We want the school for ourselves. And then after doing the need assessment, we started this training center for women empowerment. And for this, we had two goals. We want to have a quality of education and also to work in gender equality for women. Because in the Angolan society, often boys are more easy to get education than the girls, because of they take most of the responsibilities of the house, and you know they don't have time to go to school because they need to go for selling, they need to go for different activities very early in their age, and they are the ones who are left behind with no education. So since we started in 2007 up to now, 1,211 women have been trained in this place, in different training programs. And in this moment, there are enrolled 133 women and girls who are doing the formation. And this is the training center with the beautiful picture of our dear Sister Susana Maria Chia, where everything has been happening. Those men who are around are some of the teachers who are involved. So this building is where everything has been happening and have brought a change in people's life in this compound. That was one of the pictures of the inauguration when Sister Lucy and Cecilia and Melina, they visited Angola for the inauguration of the training center. And since then, this training center never stopped. Every day from 6 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock in the evening is full of people coming for training. And then, as I said at the beginning, there are also teenagers who don't have a possibility to join the school because the families are very poor and they don't have a possibility to join the normal school, so they are left behind. And so we open this also possibility for reinforcement of the school, because sometimes they go to school when they are already 10 years old or 8, and they don't have the primary education. So in this place, we welcome all those kids that are going through a difficult learning moment, and we try to give them a good base of education, and on the second year, they can join the normal school to get the same level as the other students. So the courses that are happening in Susanna Chia Training Center are literacy, tailoring, and dressmaking, cooking, pastry, and decoration, hairdressing, informatica, English, music, and this school for the boys. We are also willing to bring other different courses. Now, since we started the program for agriculture, we will also empower women for agriculture activity. We will open this course next year. And this is one of the classroom where the literacy is happening. This is the group that they do the teacher. We have two teachers, one lady and one man, who teach this group of women. They come early at 6 o'clock in the morning, and they learn classes from 6 to 8 o'clock, and then after 8 o'clock they go to their job for selling and looking for different activities. And then at the end of they do three sessions. They have 3 months of intense learning, and then they go to a second level. After the second level, they go to the third level. And then after that, they have a test. They see those who really evolve in their education. And then they go to the second or third module. Now, after that, they are able to read and they are able to write after about 6 months, or depend on their abilities of learning. So at the end, when they finish the 3 modules of education, they get a certificate for their this primary level, and then they go to the second level. This is Mr. Fiel, who is the teacher. At the end of one level, they are celebrating, having a party, and because they already will give a certificate to go to the second level or to join the official school in public schools. And then we have here a testimony of one of the ladies, who is a lady Severina, who one of those who really started to join the training in literacy, and she now is very happy, and she will share her experience. We send them a few questions, and then some of the questions were like this: how has your life changed after training at the center? She said, since I learned to read and to write, now I am able to read when I am inside of the hospital. I am able to follow the orientation where I can do analysis, consult, and read the prescription. This makes a difference in my life, she said. And then at the question we asked her, what are your dreams and expectations for the future? She said, I want to learn more and improve my learning so that one day I can also teach other women who also wanting to learn reading and writing. There are still, during the war in Angola, most of the girls and women, they were not able to go to school. And these are the mothers and head of families in Luanda, in whole Angola, and they don't have a possibility to go to school. So this is her testimony.
quais são os benefícios, os maiores benefícios que está tirando desta formação?
Essa formação, vejo a melhoria em mim.
Que tipo de melhoria?
Por ter um bom professor que tem paciência conosco, já consegue escrever e ler.
O nosso professor fiel quer também dizer alguma coisa em relação a essa primeira pergunta? Se ele, como professor, vê algumas melhorias nos seus alunos e de que tipo, neste caso?
Sim, vejo sim, na leitura, escrita, porque de realçar que durante esses 3 anos mudou muita coisa na vida dos meus formandos.
Qual é o vosso sonho? Se tem um sonho para o futuro, o que é que desejariam, tanto desta formação como na vossa vida? Começamos. Prego.
Um sonho que quero que um dia vou ter um bom posto com meus pacientes a trabalhar. Sim.
Ok. Tanto o seu sonho é ter um posto próprio, sim, onde poder exercer a sua função de parteira, né?
Sim.
Muito bem. E já encontrou algum lugar, algum espaço ou ainda não?
Já encontrei.
Já. Portanto, podemos dizer que é um sonho que já está a caminhar.
Sim.
Muito bem. E o nosso fiel, qual é o seu sonho?
O meu sonho é continuar a formar. É algo que eu descobri em mim, que eu posso, consigo, mas essa descoberta só foi depois de eu entrar ao Bom Pastor. O meu sonho é continuar, porque a congregação é o Bom Pastor, e o Bom Pastor é aquele que não deixa nenhuma ovelha para trás. E conhecê-las e chamá-las pelo nome.
Rita, queria
Yeah.
brevemente traduzir também a testemunha do fiel, né? Porque I would like to translate, to interpret also the testimony of this teacher, because this teacher for us has been really a model, a role model, fiel. And okay, the lady, she said on the top of what is written here about her dream, she shared that she's a traditional midwife. And of course, she shared her dream is really to have her own small clinic in a rural area. So she was really proud of the course, because through the learning and through the literacy, she got to a first step of empowerment, and now she's really willing to start her own clinic in a rural area, and that's really interesting. She says she identified a piece of land and she already wanted to have this project and dream in her mind. In the meanwhile, we have a very special guest who just joined from Luanda. He managed to escape all the flooding and with his car reach the training center. And I just want to introduce briefly, before I go to the interpretation of Fiel, Mr. Bernardino Culombola. Good morning, Bernardino.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Yeah.
How is in Luanda? Is it raining a lot?
It's raining a lot from the morning. It's very difficult, the circulation in the city.
Yeah.
But we thank you because we are almost three months without having
rain.
this situation. Yeah, it's not raining, but yeah, now it's okay. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Bernardino. And this is a blessing also for the rural people and the rural peasants and people in Angola, because with the climate change, rain is a big issue. So it was actually the Commission of Status of Women Virtual Booth also brought rain to Luanda. So this we thank also God for that. I think Fiel, I was talking about Fiel. Fiel is one of the teachers that I met the first time when I joined the training. He was one of the first teachers in 2018 when I came to Angola, and he shared now that for him as well, this has been really a moment of empowerment, of purely empowerment for himself And also he made a reference of the Good Shepherd, because he say the Good Shepherd sisters are not leaving anyone behind, you know, like the motto of the Sustainable Development Goals. We are helping the ships, and we're not leaving everyone behind. And he recognized these values, and he feels blessed to be part of this thing. And we have another special guest here from Luanda. She's Mrs. Michelina, which also managed to reach the office with the rain. I want to welcome Michelina. Benvinda, Michelina. Welcome.
Obrigada.
Yeah. So Michelina will share her testimonial shortly as we go. So thank you, Rita. Thank you I'm so glad that finally we have the connection with Angola established, and things are coming along well. So go ahead, Rita. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. And just to add what Andrea said about Mr. Fiel, he was one of the first teachers. And when we came there, he did not have a job. And he said, when I saw the building being raised, and he was looking behind the wall, and he was saying, I hope I will get a job in this place. I hope I will get a job in this place. One day he shared his experience, and today he's like the owner of this building. Early morning, Fiel is there. Early morning, he's the last one going out of the building. Every day he is there. Really. He's also now a shepherd of this project.
Quais são os benefícios?
Now we move to the other course, is the dressmaking course. This one is where Miss Michelina is teaching. And this is a very funny group. Always when they come, they are very excited. They want to learn, and they want really to do their best and to make a dress for their children. And this empowerment have given a lot of difference on the people. And we are very grateful. All those machines that you are seeing were bought with the money from Singapore. Our sister, when they came and visited the center, they sent us money to buy the sewing machine for this training. So this have been always our big gratitude, willing to share all this happening in that. So it's not only the sister of Angola doing the work, but it's wide the world. Many of you through the congregation, you are helping us and helping those women to improve their lives. And they, during the formation, they do different kind of dresses. They do first for themselves, and then at the end, they prepare dresses for exhibition. On the day of the graduation, they each one put their work at the sale. So all those, the visitors that are coming, they also can choose and they can sell some of those material that they are preparing. And it's like one course that they bring a lot of women in the training center. Girls and women and men also are coming to do the course of dressmaking. And then also in the graduate, there are different activities, and sometimes some of them, they have relatives that have a television and camera, they are connected. In the day when it happened, one of the trainer had a family who work with the national TV, and she herself invited her relative to bring the guy to do the report and to be also known through the country. So it have been like a promoting by itself. The center have been promoting other women. The student goes and then they tell the others, their relatives, and in the following week, other groups are coming to do registration. We never stop to have new members coming for the training. And then one of the students who did the training is Sonia Sardinia Antonio, who also want to share her experience in Susana Chia Training Center. And then she said, what has changed her life since she joined this group? I come through a colleague who spoke well about the training center. My life has changed from the beginning of the course. I didn't know how to sew. After training, now I am empowered. I have one more resource to improve my subsistence. And what are her dreams? She said, my perspective is to have a place where I can produce and sell to guarantee support and income to pay the school fees of my children. You can see for poor women to pay the school fees in Rwanda is very, very difficult for them. They don't have enough income. So usually all the small work they do, they look for a little income to pay this because they want to see their children growing and have a better life than they are. So all their activities is oriented to pay the education for the children. And then what was her, what she think about the center? And she said, the training center for me is my second home because I find a family. So they connected to each other. Huh? The group by themselves, the teachers and the group, different courses, they become like a good band and they share their resources between themselves. And they say that, she said, you treat the participant very well, and the patient and the respect that the teacher have for the students. This makes us feel at home. Because when all the lady like this, who doesn't know how to read or to write, or doesn't know how to make a dress, and have a teacher who know, in general, they come shy, they are not able to speak, they feel like, am I able to do it? But with the encouragement of the teachers and the colleagues, all of them, they, at the end, they get empowered and very enthusiastic to continue. So we are sharing here testimony of Madame Sonia.
De que forma acha que esse curso melhorou a sua vida de todos os dias e também a nível profissional?
O curso melhorou a minha vida, sendo ela veio numa hora muito boa, porque eu fiz o curso para melhorar a minha vida, porque eu não conseguia, né? Não conseguia, passava mesmo necessidade em casa. Então, vinha uma colega que me mostrou aqui a instituição. Eu comecei a fazer o curso e daí consegui, depois de terminar o curso, consegui tirar o sustento da minha casa e dos meus filhos. E nela fui aperfeiçoando mais coisas, que até agora consigo mesmo, com um bom patamar, não passo mais fome.
Muito bem. E os seus sonhos levam a mamã a olhar para onde?
Olhar mais em frente, adiante. Eu tenho o sonho de abrir um ateliê e já tenho uma máquina manual que também dá para fazer algumas coisas, mas não dá para fazer todas as coisas. Porque eu preciso de máquinas mais ainda profissionais que essas industriais para poder fazer ser mais coisas bonitas, que eu já costumo fazer mais, piorando mais nas coisas.
Andrea?
Yes, so briefly, I think she also said that at the beginning when she came, she was really having, basic needs at home. She was not able even to sustain school fees for her children. Some basic needs like clothing and food were not always obvious every day. And thanks to this center, she gained skill, and now she's dreaming to first of all, she's already doing her own small scale business at home. She has a sewing machine at home and she's doing something. But her dream really to have a kind of a small, a bigger machine, an electric one, not a manual, which can allow to do different kind of stitching and things. And she would be able to produce even more beautiful clothes and be able to sell them in the market and sustain even more their family. So I think this is the testimonial from this lady. And we have here, I don't know if you want to do your testimonial now,
Yeah,
Michelina.
it's now. I think it's good. It's the moment.
Yeah, it's the moment because she's the
Michelina,
teacher.
Michelina, agora podes falar. Aproxima-te no ecrã.
We can spotlight her. If you want, you can spotlight. Yeah, exactly.
Bom dia a todos. Meu nome é Michelina Eduardo, sou formadora de corte e costura do Centro Susan Maria Chia.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Michelina Eduardo, and I'm the trainer of tailoring and dressmaking in this training center of Susan Maria Chia.
Estou aqui para falar sobre a minha experiência como formadora nesta área. A minha experiência tem sido positiva.
So I'm here to talk about my experience as a trainer and as a human being in this area. And so far, I can say it's been a really positive experience.
Digo isso por quê? Porque este é o meu primeiro emprego formal e, no entanto, tem me ajudado a crescer como profissional e também financeiramente.
So this is, first of all, this is my first formal job, and it helped me a lot to grow as a professional, as a trainer, but as well as a human being and also financially.
Crescendo financeiramente, já consigo ajudar o meu esposo nas despesas da nossa casa, ou seja, as necessidades da família, como a saúde, a alimentação e a roupa.
And what's very important that I can contribute as a woman at the same level as my husband to our own home expenses, especially the school fees, like food and clothing for all our children.
Isso deixa-me bastante feliz, porque no mundo em que há muita gente desempregada, saber que estou a trabalhar aumenta a minha autoestima como mulher e faz-me sentir paz mental.
Yeah, so this has been a process also really for me of improving my self-esteem at a high level, and I feel empowered, and I also feel at peace in my head because I know that I can contribute to my family at this scale.
E por outra, também sinto-me bastante feliz de saber que eu tenho servido de exemplo para outras pessoas. As pessoas olham para mim e desejam ser como eu. Prova disso é que eu tenho vizinhas e amigas a fazerem a formação comigo nesse momento.
So this is also what is also I want to share, that this I feel proud of myself because now I can feel myself as a role model in my area, in my neighborhood, and to say that now many of our neighbors and friends from close and from our neighbor, they came to the training center to join the dressmaking course themselves.
E também a alegria maior é saber que o serviço que faço tem ajudado outras mulheres como eu, e não só, a saírem do mundo do desemprego.
And also the biggest recognition that I have is to see how I transform the life of our program participants, that they're coming out of the cycle of poverty and unemployment through this training center and this my course.
E essas mulheres que se beneficiaram da formação de corte e costura, notei uma grande diferença nas suas vidas.
For those women, I noticed a big difference from when they started until now in their life.
Algumas delas não tinham nem sequer habilidade para fazer algum negócio. E com esta formação, elas já conseguem criar o seu próprio negócio.
So, I think because of low self-esteem, before they didn't have any feeling they could start their own business. But now, after the training, many of them, they started their own small businesses.
Algumas delas já fazem algumas roupas em casa para vender, outras fazem troca, levam roupa na província para trazerem comida, e outras já têm o seu próprio ateliê e têm ajudado outras mulheres, dando a elas emprego.
So for some of them, they manage to do clothing. They do clothing at home and they sell them in the market. Some others, they go and sell the exchange clothes with the food in the rural areas. They go to a small village and they exchange clothes with good. But what is more important, that some of them, they manage to start their own workshop and they are also employing other people. So this is a multiplication of effects. Go ahead, Michelina.
Então, meu sentimento neste momento é de alegria e gratidão, de saber que eu e outras mulheres temos essa oportunidade de sair do mundo do desemprego e poder ter algo para nos sustentar. Então, o sentimento é de alegria e gratidão.
So my feeling now that I want to share with you is of happiness and gratitude, because first for me, but also for other women, we managed to transform our life, exit the cycle of poverty, and become self-sustainable at different levels.
Muito obrigada.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Michelina. Thank you so much. Beautiful.
Okay, now we continue.
De que forma acha que esse curso
This we are continuing with this where Michelina is working different process of dressmaking. And now we move to another course, which is the cooking and the pastry course. It's very empowering for them. They come and they start buying first the dress for the course. All of them dressing in white is one of the obligation to come to the course. They coordinate it with the teacher, and they are really making this cake. It's very energizing, seeing them all enthusiastic and working and willing to learn. Is a really life-giving course. And then they do the 3 months course, and then after the 3 months, what they have learned at the graduation day, all of them are called to do or to make different type of food that they learn during the course. So they do the exhibition, and they invite their relatives to join them in the graduation day, and sometimes other people also join, and these are sometimes they can sell or even share for the graduation party. And the joy for them to get this certificate, they get so excited, take a picture and to show that really they have learned, and it's like one value on the top of their life. And different kind of food, whether they first they say one day one of them was saying, I know how to do some of these dishes, but I didn't know how to measure. I didn't know how to, if I put more quantity of sugar or less quantity of oil, all the size that they use to prepare this kind of food. So it makes a lot of difference. You can see the joy in front of their faces when they are bringing all this work. And there are different groups coming, different groups in the morning and groups in the afternoon. And then they also are learning the decoration. So when they go home, they are like the queens of the house. They are able to do the preparation for the decoration for the feast day. Sometimes there is a baptism for the children or first communion or whatever they do. They are able to create an festival ambience for their relatives. And some of them also, they learn how to create like when there is a wedding in their compound, they can be invited for decoration, and also people who have this like a space in their house, they have like 6 meters square that they can gather a few people. So they do the decoration and they invite, and for that also they earn some money for the space and for the decoration that they do. And we have also the testimony of Miss Lucrecia, who also did her course on cooking and pastry, and she wants also to share with us. And she said, my knowledge improved and I learned, and I shifted the way of doing with the measures and art. Yes, I love this. Cooking and baking and doing decoration. And she is dreaming, and one day I would like to be an entrepreneur in the kitchen and the pastry industry. I would also help those who most in need. So there is like they knew the place where they are living and the condition and the challenges that they are where they live. So all of them, when they learn, they want to multiplicate this knowledge and spread, and to give also possibility to the other places. And so this is for the people. It's like, you know, when we in the beginning, we thought that we will teach one group and maybe will be not have more people coming. But no, at the end of each course, even before it started, already others are coming, doing the registration to continue and to do other courses. So we are sharing the testimony.
Quais são então os seus sonhos para o futuro? O que é que pretende realizar depois de ter feito este curso?
O que eu pretendo realizar é, como as pessoas vão chateando sempre, dizer que querem formação, por causa do bairro também que eu vivo, que não tem um centro. Então era a tendência é montar uma pastelaria, um buffet e dar formação.
Dar formação?
Sim, porque existem vários jovens sem esse tipo de oportunidade. Se o bairro tivesse, então ajudaria muito a nossa juventude. Nesse momento já faço por encomendas, várias encomendas que eu já tenho. E também vendo nos meus tempos livres, pego em um carro de mau metro e vou vendendo normalmente.
E vai nos contar um pouquinho de que forma, não é? Se desenvolveu este curso e quais são também os seus sonhos para o futuro deste curso.
Para dizer que é uma formação que destina um jovem, um adulto, várias oportunidades, porque a partir dessa formação é possibilitado não só trabalhar por conta própria, mas também ingressar no mercado de trabalho, no caso de trabalhar em restaurante, trabalhar em hotel. Então é uma formação com várias oportunidades.
Andrea?
Yes, this testimonial is also quite interesting. I think what touched me about the lady, she was dreaming about setting up her own pastry and cooking workshop in her neighborhood. Because there are no training opportunity there. She lives in a faraway neighborhood in the periphery. So she wanted to become a trainer herself in a workshop for pastry and cooking in her own neighbor. And she said that her life has changed immensely. She's now selling on the street the biscuits and products that she prepared. But also the testimony from the teacher, it's quite interesting because it touches on a different another component of this project, which is the linkages with the job market, with the labor market, because it says that this course does not only prepare the technically the participants, but it's also the training center is in touch with restaurants and other companies to then trying to provide internship and link them to those opportunities. So this, I think, was quite interesting to hear from him.
Thanks, Andrea.
Quais são então os seus sonhos?
So now we will go to Mr. Bernardino, who is the right hand of Susana Maria Chia. Day and night, Mr. Bernardino is one of, in this moment, taking it really the full responsibility of this training center. So he will share with us his work in advocacy. Bernardino.
Okay, thanks for.
Bernardino, your screen a little bit. We cannot see your face completely.
Okay.
Yes, now great.
Thanks again for this opportunity. I would like to share some activity in advocacy plan on what we are doing here in the vocational training center. So this activity, it is one of the pillars in our strategic plans of the training centers. And we understand that advocacy is a way of pressure, influencing or mobilizing wills, whether individual or collective people, public, private, institutional, community, in order to achieve the training center objective effectively. So can we go to another slide? Who is responsible? As we can see in the instruction of the our institution, the training center, all of us, we are involved, and for each level we have a specific activity to do on that level. So it is one of the strategic pillars of the centers. Advocacy actions are developed by the various levels in Susana Maria Chia is the name of the training, this vocational training center. Some activity of advocacy are focused and the other as a transversal way. But it is a continuing process which goes from the program participant level up to the family, community, society, and above. Everyone is involved to each level of the advocacy activity. Okay. How we do it? One of the strategy, it is to participating in the network. So doing advocacy really need to building a partnership because it's a way also to find a good results. So we are participating in network, working with the partnership. We are articulating through digital platforms. We have participated in the meeting periodically. And also this partnership network used to do denounces of human rights violation and also take some advantage of other opportunity for program participants, both in access to teaching materials, employability, and other sustainability initiative. Okay, how we do continue? The local church also used to be a meaning of advocating for the centers of the human rights. Through contact with their leaders, they have allowed the propagation of the message and identification of the program participants above all the literacy, tailoring, and dressmaking course, as well as linked with the opportunity for micro enterprise development and microcredit. Okay. some achievement that we are having from the time that this training center is open. First of all, it was possible to legalize. So all the activity that we are implementing here in the vocational training center are legalized. In Angola government has a proper entity who is responsible to give a credential for this training center. So we are legalizing within the church. It has a Catholic institute, and also in the government. So we have the credential to develop this activity. So the activity are more credible, and because of that, also the audience is high, because yeah, we are also feeling looking to all of the criteria that the government used to push the training center to follow up, and also the certificate that the student receive, there is homologated. There is not only our signature, but beside our signatures, also this institution in a FOP also put their stamp and signature. So even when they go to look for a job, this certification is more credible because of this homologation. If they decide to do their own business, some exercise, they also can show this certificate that they are legalized to do this activity without any problem. They have like a credential to do this activity because they are professionally trained to do this business. Also, the participants in the case of a literacy course, they used to receive the appropriate material. For instance, a Minister of Education. Also, we have a reference of in the literacy department. We used to participate in all of the meetings, and we use the program from this literacy department in the Minister of Education. And when they finish the two levels, they can go to the education to national education system and started from the other grades. So there are some achievements that we are more comfortable to develop our activity in the training center, because yeah, we are very approached or linked with the government rule. So
yeah. On this one, Bernardino, I also want to add, because I was part of this process, no? Because I think this registration with this National Institute for Employment and Professional Training, it's been really a great achievement. And I remember this was also a donor requirement, because we have also the grant with Mishankara, and we have stated that this project would have been registered with the local institution. It was a bit of a fight, I know, with Bernardino, but it was a bit of a very hard to get this certification. It was not really easy, and sometimes I also have to say we got demotivated because of slow response. But at the end, now this is a great thing, which also allow us to be officially certifying our trainings. But also, if you want to open a branch in another province, we can do it through the Susan Shia name. No, that this training center can become the main branch of different, the main branch of different training center we will open in other regions. So I think this is a great achievement, very important, and not to show that we are working really closely with the government, and this is a really good achievement. Now, I would like to ask everyone, we have couple of minutes 5 minutes for questions, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. If you have any questions on this program, this project, or in general about women empowerment or women issues in Angola, and Rita, Bernardino, and myself will be able to assist you and answer. Anyone who want to ask? Curiosity, anything that you would like to learn more about this project.
Maybe I would ask to Bernardino to stop share screening so we can see each other.
Yeah, sure. That's good. Good idea.
Please, Bernardino.
Rita. Okay. And before, as I wait for questions, I want to really appreciate and express my gratitude to all the sisters from Malaysia and Singapore who joined us today, and Korea as well, Sister Mary Jane, who just came, and of course the CLT sisters who are with us, because I feel there is a connection between Africa, Rimowa, and the regions. And I know with Angola, there's been a special relationship with Rita and the sister in Singapore, Malaysia, for example. Thanks. Anyone? Teresa.
It's not a question. I just want to appreciate this whole project, which really, Susan would have been very, very proud of this project, because it was always in her heart to reach out to as many women and girls as possible. So I just want to congratulate Bernardino and Rita for really, pushing through with this dream of us. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Teresa.
Any other comments or
really
remarks?
sometimes we see Susan Shia alive in that training center. Women come to the center and I want to speak with the sister Susanna Chia.
Yeah.
I think that she is around there, and she really is there. She is there. So for us, it's very dear to our heart, and everything happening there, we call it as a miracle of Susanna Shia. She makes things functioning and things happening through. Sometimes we go difficulty, but in some way, everything started working beautifully. And as Andrea said, we are willing to develop this structure again in different places where we are working in our communities. Sisters, when we want the other communities in the north and the south, we wanted the training center like Susanna Shia in Rwanda. We wanted the same work. So we are doing effort to start different places in rural area for this kind of training, because really is helping a lot of women and getting really them out of poverty and developing their skills and getting a job is really a wonderful initiative. And we are very grateful for that. Really thanks to all who are still contributing to this development of the training center.
Yeah. So I also feel a bit emotional now, because I had the blessing to work when I was in Rome in the first year. Susan was here, and we were planning and dreaming about many projects in Africa. And I think with this project, her soul and her heart are still with us. And sometimes I'm sure she's looking at this center from the top and saying, oh, okay, things are moving, people is coming, participants are joining. I think it's really been a blessing also to have an inspiration for starting this training center. So I also want to say, express my gratitude to everyone who helped and everybody who is making this possible even today. So I think we are wrapping up. Just maybe you can unmute and just say a final goodbye all together for this, just for the live. We can make a bit of noise and clap our hands. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
It's
very much.
wonderful opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Later.
Nice to meet you, to see you, Teresa.
Hello,
Thank you.
Bernardino.
Teresa.
See you.
One day, Rita, I will come and visit you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome.
You're all
Let us
welcome.
make it strong and pray to the end of the pandemic. Come,
Okay.
please.
Okay. We'll
Thank
see you
you,
later with during
Angola.
the
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Wow.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.